Okay, this case sounds funny to me. This is Judge Sonia McKnight, and she is alleged to have shot her boyfriend in the head. I think it's highly possible she didn't do it, even though 90% of you all believe that she did do it. So one of the points that I want to make in this video is that racism, modern day racism, is digital and it's advanced. And also, something that I've said as a relatively agnostic person for years is that I used to argue as just a plain atheist that God didn't exist, and that any person that believes in the Bible simply just believes in a book that was given to you. And if you believe in a preacher who's preaching, then you just believe in what he's saying. You understand? And I developed the scientific mind. But there was a person who told me many years ago, when you read a science book, it's the same as Christianity. If you can't check and verify, and if you are not as educated as the scientists, then the scientists can tell you anything, and you're right back at point zero. A person sitting in a laboratory or a college classroom is no different than a person sitting in a church. I'm straight up telling you, if those people are not as educated, especially the basic average everyday person, as a scientist, science is just faith because you can't check. If a scientist tell you your DNA was discovered at a murder scene, dude, I can go and grab a leaf from the front of your house and tell you, show me the DNA code or the DNA design of this leaf. You don't even know the DNA design of a damn leaf. So how would you be able to read off a sheet of paper and defend yourself against a white systematic racism that is now scientific? And also, the modern day scientific digital racism also extends over into the news media. Man, I can see this stuff just glowing. It's like 99% of black people can't see it, but I can just see it glowing in the way articles are written and the way stories are handled. So let's get into this whole deal right here. Now, what they said is that in 2019, is that she had shot allegedly her previous husband when they were moving furniture, and that it was only him and her alone. I'm trying to figure out how did y'all not lock her up then? But she gets out clean free after allegedly, inexcusably just shooting her ex-husband. I think that's questionable because to me that there should just be outrage. Like if you're her ex-husband, I'm going after her for money or something like that. If you legit shot me because you was mad about something and you just picking up guns and shooting motherfuckers like that, and then on top of that, wouldn't they say, I mean, even if she was found not guilty, we at least got to take your guns or something, because, yeah, you shot him, but we deemed that it was justified. So they would have had to have deemed that it was justified. And that's something that they throw into the news media coverage of her that generally tends to kind of make you think, yeah, 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 this bitch crazy. Now, let's move forward. Now, you can see that she's a light-skinned black woman like Fannie Willis, and she's got this black hairstyle. Her general description is first African American um, judge from Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, to be elected to her position in 90 years. Her description makes her a target for a group of people that black people are unaware of existing. It's an element of these Trump supporters. A lot of these black women that get fired from these positions, like at Harvard, from these CEO positions, and you always see some black woman embarrassingly sitting up there having stuff that she's alleged to have done being told to the media, and then she's got to bow her head and leave. There's an undercover group of people who do this stuff. They appeal to politicians, local leaders, etc., to get rid of this black woman in this position. And I'm gonna tell you something: black women are grossly unaware. Black women are unaware to the extreme of how much they're hated by the white male system. I'm gonna give you a separate video describing this. They're hated 3 times more than black men. White men just have a Euro romanticist system where they're just too fragile toward black women. They're not like Arabs, so to speak. But that's a whole nother video. But what ended up happening in 2020 during the height of the George Floyd nationwide protests and all of this Black Lives Matter stuff, her son got pulled over during a traffic stop. And she defended what was actually something of it was either just a speeding ticket or kind of like a minor traffic violation. But she did not feel like that he was guilty of whatever. So she took a relatively small ticket along with the night that he was arrested. I think she showed up. He called her from the scene of it was an arrest or just something minor, like a ticket or something. And she went out there and she's arguing with the police. And what happened is that over the course of about a year and a half, she fought like a dog to have that little ticket thrown out. And you could pretty much imagine if white people are triggered by about 2 or 3 weeks of Fannie Willis, you imagine what's going to happen over the course of a year and a half of a finger-snapping, neck-rolling black woman within a system with a bunch of white boys, a bunch of gay-ass white boys who can't stand her black ass. They've been doing things to this woman over the course of the last 4 years, which is following her, pursuing her, harassing her, judicially going after all this petty stuff. Like she took a picture in her judge robe and sold an outfit, and they tried to convict her of like a petty misdemeanor of using her law office, and she gave her friend kickback and they went to Jamaica. Get the fuck out of here. That's what politicians do all the time. That's what they do. Like, get lost. These are petty little come afters is what they are. And what they're trying to do is stack a group of charges against her so that they can go ahead and get rid of her black ass. Now, moving forward, her finger snapping, neck rolling black ass. Now, moving forward to this shooting of this guy, here are the details, right? What he says is that him and her were in a back and forth and that he asked her on 2 different times to leave his house. And the last and final time he asked her to leave his house, he said that he was going to call her mama and that she was going to, and that I'm going to tell your mama on you. And that here's the thing about it. On the night that he was shot, she didn't break into the house and shoot him in his sleep. He claims he asked her to leave, but yet over the course of days, she's still there. And he claims on the night that he got shot, allegedly, him and her was sleeping together. See, this is a bunch of back and forth mess. And the exact particular details go like this. He wakes up, dial 911, and he claims, I can't see, and my head is hurting like a mother. The police get there and explain to him that, sir, you were shot. And what he claims is that after he called the police, she was screaming, who shot you? Who shot you? Who shot you? He never said, she shot me. He said, somebody shot me. She's claiming she didn't do it. Man, look, that's profound. There's only you two in the house. They claim there's gunpowder residue on her hand. That falls back under scientific modern-day media-based racism. You can't check that. If you're not educated in how to look at gunpowder, chemicals on the human skin, you can't check and verify that. They can just say that. So, and remember, that dude said, somebody shot me, and she woke up out of the bed also screaming, who shot you? I think the government sent in a specialist. They sent in a specialist to shoot him in a way that he didn't die and he could testify because he has a bunch of messy stuff to tell about her. That's what I think is happening here, possibly. Not saying that I'm totally correct. I could be a conspiratorial nutbag, but I look at these things 360 degrees, not just at surface level. But I'll be doing more videos on digital racism and anything else pertaining to her if something pops up. I'm out.